If you're an injured worker, you may want to know how a workers' comp claim affects the employer. According to the Department of Labor, most employers anticipate workers' compensation claims and create an efficient internal process to handle them. However, it's also important to know that employers pay workers' compensation insurance premiums. Even if the company has few workers' compensation claims, the employer's premiums are likely to rise over time. If an employer retaliates against the injured worker for submitting a workers' compensation claim, the dispute may arise because these claims are costly to the employer. Both direct costs, such as the amount paid to settle the claim, and indirect costs, such as the rising cost of workers' comp insurance premiums, are expenses that hit the business's bottom line. A business with a greater number of workers' compensation claim is likely to pay higher insurance premiums. The workers' comp policy premiums rise when a larger than anticipated number of workers file for workers' comp benefits or when one or more employees have expensive claims to cover. Insurers and employers frequently engage investigators to monitor those workers who filed for workers' comp benefits. Most employers accept workers' comp claims as a cost of doing business, but a small number of employers resist belief about workers' injuries after an accident. Let's say a worker experiences cumulative trauma over a longer period and starts to experience acute pain. She can't work and presents a report to the employer based on a doctor's findings. The doctor's report explains that the employee's injuries are job-related. The employer may express disbelief about the employee's workers' compensation claim or react with outrage. Unfortunately, repetitive stress injuries happen to the employee over time. A cashier with carpal tunnel syndrome used the hands, wrists, and arms to scan grocery items on a conveyor belt for more than 25 years. The employer's perspective was one of disbelief because the worker's condition seemed to appear suddenly. The employer's perspective is biased. After discussing the employee's workers' comp claim with an attorney, he learns that repetitive stress injuries aren't wholly verifiable by the medical examiner and that imaging, X-rays, or nerve conduction studies can't confirm or deny the worker's disability. When the employer expresses a biased perspective against the employee's workers' comp claim, it's important for the employee to seek legal counsel. Because the employee has 25 years tenure with the company and a record of good attendance, it's important for the employer to know that some medical conditions are challenging to verify through objective means. Employers and their insurers aren't required to pay all workers' comp claims, wholly or in part. If the employer denies the employee's workers' comp claim, it must explain the reason for denial in writing.